Hi, everybody. It's Alex Goldfayn. Thank you for watching. I'd love to tell you a story today about my kids, their trees, and perseverance in the sales profession. Now, what the heck do all of these things have in common? I'm about to tell you. If you enjoy this video, please click the thumbs up button down there and subscribe to my channel so you can get all the videos as they come out live. So, the story goes like this. When my kids were born, they're twins. Bella is on the left, Noah is on the right. We planted two trees. There is a green maple here in the foreground. That's Noah's tree. And the little tree in the background here, this is Bella's tree. Here's a close up of that tree. It's a purple maple. And the other one is called a sunset maple, so that in the fall it turns a bright orange. And so they're nice trees, but most importantly, they were important trees to us. They're the trees we planted when the kids came into our lives. We did a naming ceremony around these trees. Here you can see my wife holding one of the babies. There's one grandma, there's great grandma, there's a cousin in the picture, and if you can make it out, a nice bunch of glasses of wine, which is also important to us. Here's my mom holding one of the babies, my wife holding another of the babies. And as you can see, the tree is right here in the background. So again, very, very important trees to us. Now, I thought that as we were moving from this home, that I would like to take these trees with. They're incredibly important. I wanted them at the new house. I wanted to move them. So what we did is we actually bought our next house, and we put this house up on the market. Found a buyer after a couple of months and went under contract for it. The closing at this point is in 30 days. And so that's how much time I have to move the trees. If we close, the trees become the property of the new owners if we didn't get them moved. So I thought that some guys with some shovels can show up and move the trees. It doesn't work that way, as it turns out. What you need to move trees that have been in the ground for 5 years at that point is a truck that looks like this. This is called a hydraulic tree spade. And it's got 4 gigantic blades, and it shoots water down the blades, and it goes around the root ball, and it lifts up the whole tree. These trucks are the size of cement mixers. So they're gigantic pieces of machinery. And where I live in the Chicago area, there's about 10 companies who have a truck like this. So I started calling them, and one after another, they started rejecting me. They said, no, thanks. Yes, we have the truck, but we don't really do little backyard trees. We do parks. We do golf courses. We do roads and parking lots. We don't do backyards. And they all told me no. Now, at this point, weeks had gone by, because by the time you call and you leave a message and then they get back to you, maybe as they're driving. So a bunch of time passed, and I struck out on all of them. And what they told me was, maybe just buy a couple trees, man. Maybe, why go through the trouble of moving these? I said, I don't want to buy new trees. I want these trees. They're meaningful, sentimental trees. And plus, they're my kids' trees. They love the trees, and they'd be unbelievably upset, as I would be, as my wife would be, if we didn't take them with us. So I ran out of companies in Illinois. They're telling me to stop trying. I talked to my parents, and they're like, maybe it's time to buy a couple new trees. I talked to my wife, and she says, maybe it's time to start thinking about replacing the trees and not moving them. She says, who is there left to call? You know who there was left to call? Tree moving companies in Wisconsin. That's who I started calling. And so the first one, which is number 11 total, says no. The 12th one says no. The 13th one rejects me too. The 14th one says he'll consider driving down to me 4 hours from where he is, because I'm working my way north now from the border. He'll drive down if I'll pay him hourly. I said, name the price, whatever you need. So he comes, and here it is, actually taking out the purple maple Bella's tree out of the ground. And here it is going into the front yard of the new house. And here's another tree going in, and you can see the size of the hole that they dig here, right? And there, the tree gets placed right in. And here are the two trees in the front yard, closest to the sidewalk, closest to the street. And my wife and I are standing in the street taking this photo. And she says to me, I don't know anybody who would have persevered like this to move these trees and get it done. And sometimes, folks, it is exactly the same way in sales. We have to persevere like crazy in order to get the business. We have to get rejected over and over and over again in order to get to the business, to the sale, to the yes. And so when we were talking about it, I said to her, to me, first of all, we had to move these trees. Second of all, once 7 or 8 or 9 of them told me no, the next rejection made no difference. I mean, who cares, right? If you've been rejected 8 times, what's a 9th rejection? It's the same. It's literally no worse. And so in sales, we strike out more than baseball players strike out, right? In baseball, you go to the Hall of Fame if you fail 70% of the time. In sales, we fail more than that. And so you never know if the next effort is going to be the one that gets it done. And so here's one of my favorite quotes. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. You don't know if the next try, the next call, the next step towards the customer is going to be the one that gets it done. So make the step, make the effort, give it that try that it deserves. That customer deserves to be helped by you just as my kids deserved for their trees to be moved. And so here, a postscript to the story. We moved again 2 years ago, and the same guy, there he is standing next to his truck. You can see how much bigger the trees are now. In fact, he used the biggest truck that he had. That's a bigger truck than the last one that he used. And so here it is going into the ground at the new house. And here they are. I'll put it up full screen so you can see it together in their current location. This photo taken about within the last week of my recording this video. So this is what they look like now. They've been at 3 different houses with us, these trees. And he said to me, you're not going to be able to move again because they're getting too big. He says, we can't move them anymore. This is the last time. So this is going to have to be the house forever. One more quote that I love. This one's by Winston Churchill, and it goes like this. Success is going from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that great? We've got to get through the no's in order to get to the yeses. Without the no's, you won't get the wins. And so unfortunately, in sales, we are in a profession that demands a bunch of rejection before it rewards us with success. If you're not getting any no's, you're not going to make too many sales. Get the no's. Go for them. Go after them. Because with each one, you know that the win is getting closer and closer, and it's just around the corner. The next success is sometimes half a step behind the rejection that you're dealing with. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you would like to learn more about this story or my approaches to perseverance or my approaches to sales growth, please visit my website at goldfayn.com. You can also email me directly at alex@goldfayn.com. And if you like this story, please click on the thumbs up button on this video, and please subscribe to the channel so you can get the videos as they come. Again, thank you very, very much. I hope you have a great day, and happy perseverance to you. Enthusiastic perseverance to you. I'm Alex Goldfayn.